G'day. I am so excited to be joined today by the CEO of Atletico Ottawa, Fernando Lopez. Fernando, how are you today?
Hey, Kate, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, the first question that I guess I would ask that people would ask is how does one become the CEO of the hottest sports team in the city of Ottawa?
Well, I think that's a good question, and I think I've been lucky and fortunate enough to be here in Ottawa. It is true that it was a rough start in 2020 with the pandemic, and we struggled for a couple of years. But now I'm looking back, and especially after what we achieved last year, and I was very happy to take this decision, and also for Atletico to trust me with this project and with overseeing the operations of the team.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now you've touched on a couple of things there. So first of all, so for people who might not know, this club is in direct relation to world giant super club Atletico Madrid in Spain, correct?
Yeah, our parent club, as we like to call them, they are the majority owner of Atletico Ottawa. We always had a mentality of soccer as a global sport. I know that is something that is rising right now and is very hot in Canada, as it is in Europe over the past decade. So we always wanted to participate and grow this sport worldwide. The owners of the team in Madrid, they always have like a big vision about the sport. And when we were aware about the Canadian Premier League and that they were starting something fresh in 2019 with the World Cup coming in 2026 to this beautiful country, I think that it was a no-brainer for us. And I think we it took us a bit to build a club, but I think we have a good Canadian identity. I became father last December, so I think I'm almost 50% Canadian right now. And I think it's fantastic.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on becoming a dad. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Now, I want to. I obviously we're looking ahead to the 2023 season, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention what a fantastic 2022 campaign that we had. When you look back as CEO of that year of last season, how do you feel about it?
Well, I feel great. I feel the responsibility. I feel the pressure, and I'm glad that we achieved what we achieved. Considering that the previous year where we finished rock bottom, so it's very hard in this sport. In this sport, finish last and the next year finish first. I think
Mhm.
that's a great achievement, and kudos to all our players, our staff, because they did a fantastic job. Drove by the fans that were there with us along the way every single minute. And that motivates us, to be better, to work every day, to come here with the same enthusiasm that the players do in the field, and try to repeat it and bring more silverware to the nation's capital.
No, absolutely. And if I may, I'll take it a step further. I mean, you're 100% right. Last place to first place, but on top of that, from being in the stands as a season ticket holder every game, seeing that every game more and more fans are coming out, hearing the buzz around the city, seeing the excitement, seeing the how excited the fan base is. So I think it just all made for an absolutely incredible season. And with all due respect, finished first place overall. North America is funny because we always have to do a playoff
Yeah,
format. But I watch a lot of European football and I'm used to a mentality of you finished first overall,
that's the
you're the
benchmark.
champion,
Yes,
right? So,
yes.
anyways, I'm not knocking the playoffs, but I'm just saying, as far as I'm concerned, Atletico Ottawa were the champions.
No,
Um,
you're right. You're right.
yeah. Now, listen, you're coming into 2023. We've got the home opener coming up this Saturday against Halifax. How do you top last year? Like what would look like success for you for a 2023 campaign? Like what are some of the things that you're keeping an eye on?
Well, as the say says, I think it's easy to get to the top, but it's harder to maintain it at the top. And this is what we are trying to achieve. I think we worked really hard in the off season for the first time with our head coach, because last year the coaches arrived right into the season. This year we had the chance to sit with him and do a proper analysis of the roster, how he wanted to play, what positions he wanted to reinforce. And I think that we provided an improved roster for 2023, and so did the rest of the team. So I think it's going to be a very competitive year again. I think there is a lot of parity in this league. But hey, we won the title, and we're here to defend the crown,
Yeah.
and that's the goal. We wanted to win another championship, and I think that the players have that mentality, and this is the main goal for this year. We wanted to play CONCACAF and Champions League next year, and we have three gates where we can get to that goal. One is winning the regular season, another one is winning the playoffs, and another one is winning the Canadian Championship. So that's the main goal. We wanted to play Champions League next year. We wanted to bring Champions League games and North American teams to Ottawa next year. And that's the mindset that we're setting towards Saturday, and start with the right foot and winning our first game at home for all our fans.
Excellent. Now, one of the things off the field, we have to look at the supporters, and we'll get to Section W in just a moment. But the atmosphere in the crowd is electric. People are engaged. I mean, it's very different than other sports. There's no timeouts. There's no breaks. There's no commercials. It's you're 45 minutes. Excuse me, 45 minutes halftime, and then your next 45 minutes. People are engaged, and the atmosphere has always been electric at TD Place when Atletico's on the field. When you look at that, is there things that you need to do from a crowd perspective that you think to help improve upon that? Because I think right now that there's this secret sauce that Atletico Ottawa has, whereas I can say that I've gone to numerous sporting events across different sports, across different continents. And I'm not just saying this because I'm talking to you. There's something exceptionally special about going to an Atletico game where people are just really locked
Thank
in.
you.
So when you're very welcome. So when you see that, do you just think we just have to keep doing what we're doing? Or from a marketing standpoint, is there different things that you feel that you need to do for the audience in terms of theme nights, things of that nature, perhaps, as you know that your season ticket base is going to be increasing, especially after the success of last year?
Well, I think that you nail it, and one of the things that I would feel more proud is about the people that are working in the organization and also in our supporters group. What makes the ambience special at our games are the people that are there behind, the scenes, chanting, putting the fires, walking around all the stands. I saw them with different signs. Hey, now it's time to sing this and sing that, and they are turning everyone on. So, and that's not a marketing campaign. That's the people. That's the love that this city has for the team and the support, and that really moved me. And every game that I see, and I told my partner this every day, the most exciting thing is seeing people like you, wearing our colors. Because I visited many of the CPL stadiums, and I can assure you, it's amazing seeing this big wave of red and white all together, cheering and supporting the club. I think it's something unique, and we are very fortunate to have these people behind these supporter groups that are, so passionate as we are for the team. Then it's true that we have a very good strategy and in terms of marketing, and we try to activate every game in order to bring something else to the table. We have very good and very fun theme games where we are trying to offer more than the soccer experience, a different experience to everyone. So kids can come, families can come, young people can come, and everyone can have fun on top of the game. And I think we are going to continue building on that because, as you said, we found a good recipe that is working. And I think right now is just to try to add on that recipe and make the product better.
Absolutely. And I have to tell you something. I respect and appreciate every single fan that buys a ticket, that comes into the stadium to watch it, because they're supporting the club, they're supporting football, soccer in Ottawa. But there is just something special about those crazy cats over in Section W. I mean, I got to tell you, going to the game, that's a show within a show in itself. This is a group of supporters that the seats are optional. I don't think they ever sit down, God bless them. They start off at a pub down Bank Street. They come in this huge contingent. this friendly march to the stadium, and they are cheering from beginning to end. They probably take the next week to recuperate their voices just so they can do it all over again.
For sure.
And every team is always going to say, we have the best fans. They got to say that. We have the best fans. But this is an actual time when it's legit. It's on point. It's justified. I have seen all the sports franchises in Ottawa play, and with respect to them all, there was just something different. I've not seen the excitement on the level that I have with Atletico Ottawa. And we're not just talking about, a playoff game or championship game. We're talking every game. Like, it's consistent, and
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
that's so incredible. So what is it that you think that about the team that just made them gravitate to them? Because it isn't just the fact that that these guys are these people are extremely supportive of the team. I think it's the fact that you've got such an exceptional product, and the players and the fan base definitely relate to each other. So right through all of that, my question is, what is it about Section W that just makes them such a strong representation for our fan base?
I'm going to say it again. I think it's the people behind that supporter groups, and the love that they have about the sport. I think we have many conversations with them because we wanted to help them. We wanted to be and work close to this group to make them bigger, to help them, and you can see that they were clearly affected with the Fury. Fell down in 2019. They really felt like something in their life was missing, and when Atletico came in, they saw it again, and they brought life to all of them, and I think they are eager to build the game, to support the team. We saw a T-Rex on the game, we saw a unicorn on the game, and these guys cannot be stopped. It's amazing. They keep chanting. I remember one game we had last year against Edmonton. It was like a monsoon. The
Yeah.
game was postponed 1 hour. Then on halftime, we wait for another hour. Everyone was in the concourse there, cover, no rain. And there were like 100, 200 people there in W section with this crazy rain supporting us, cheering us. That's very unique. I honestly, I haven't seen that for a while in every sport. And I think that is the people that are behind this team that made it really special, and we just feel grateful that we have them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got to tell you, I'm so excited to be covering the team this season. One of the things that sometimes people might miss, or when the lights go off, is just getting to know the people and the level of class that you have with your organization. I've got to single out Ollie Bassett, one of many fantastic people that you have on your team. I remember in the final last year against Forge. Obviously, it didn't go our way, but I got to tell you something. It says a lot when you've got somebody on your team who waits through the celebration of another team to shake hands with every single player and congratulate them. That's the level of class that you've got in your organization, and I'm extremely proud to see that representation in our city. I think it's a beautiful thing. Now, of course, as I mentioned, this weekend is going to be the home opener against the team from Halifax. Yeah. So I understand that this weekend it's a pay what you can. This has become a tradition here, and it's pay what you can, and it's in support of an incredible young individual, Lily Millette, who has had multiple times of going through C.E.O. and multiple surgeries and things of that nature. Would you mind taking a moment and just talking about this initiative that's coming up this weekend with the game? Because I think it's so incredibly important.
Yeah, I think this is the core of our club. We are a soccer club, but we are a social club for our city, and our community is very important for us. We believe that soccer should be accessible to everyone, that people that have $10, $5, $15, $20. And this is why Jeff Hahn, our president, came out with this idea back in 2021 when we play our first home game. Let's make soccer accessible to everyone in our community, and let's celebrate soccer because I think it's a celebration. So this third year, I think, is all the previous one were for bigger causes, and this year we wanted to make it something special for one specific family and for one little person that has been through a lot, unfortunately, with a tough disease that she's fighting. And I can tell you that she's a true leader. She's the inspiration of all of us for this game. We are all motivated, to raise the much possible money for this cause and to win the game for her. There's going to be a portion of the ticket sales that is going to be donated to C.E.O so they can, buy the machinery and the resources that Lily needs to continue the hair treatment. And this is what Atletico is it's all about. We wanted to be present in our community. We wanted to help, the children from our region. We partner with C.E.O, and hopefully we will enjoy a beautiful game. Seems like the weather is going to be fine for once, and hopefully we will have a good crowd, and we can celebrate with Lily. That I think that she and her family deserve it.
Excellent. I love that. I listen, before we wrap up here, I want to thank you again for the time. I'm going to take you through a brief segment of what I like to call rapid fire questions. I know you've probably been looking forward to this all day. This is a staple of my interviews. So my first question, my friend, is always, what is your favorite movie of all time?
My favorite movie of all time is Annie Hall from Woody Allen.
Nice. I love that.
1977.
Yeah, Diane Keaton, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your favorite thing to do here in Ottawa?
Cycling.
Okay, we got a lot of great paths for you, so that's good.
Oh, I love it.
I think you might have already answered this earlier on, but what's a fun thing that you did in the off season?
Shovel.
I thought you were going to say you had a co-starring. Yeah, seriously. I thought you were going to say you had a co-starring role in Making a Person, but we'll take shoveling.
That too.
Yeah. Who's going to win the Champions League this year?
The Champions League this year, Chelsea.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. You're the first person I've heard say that. So if
only
that
because
happens,
I want them to beat Real Madrid. So
okay, excellent. Well, you and I both want that. Okay. My last question for you, fill this in. What would people be most surprised to know about you, Fernando Lopez, CEO of Atletico Ottawa? What is something about you that would surprise people?
Probably I would say the hard work and the ethics that I have. I like to say that the way that we perform and develop the club is a reflection of the people that work here. And I think we tried very hard to build a winning culture and a winning mentality that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and that speaks about the ambitious that we all have, and how I am as a person, but also how everyone is here in this organization.
Excellent. Well, I don't know if people will be surprised to know how classy you are. I've talked to you now for about 15 minutes, and I know within the first few what a classy individual you are. And obviously it spreads throughout. Yeah, you're welcome. It obviously spreads through your organization. I am extremely excited about the start of this 2023 season for Atletico Ottawa. Fernando Lopez, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. I wish you and the team nothing but the best this season, and looking forward to more exciting moments at TD Place.
My pleasure. Thanks, Kate.